Hi everyone, welcome to my bullet journal spread for March. I say my bullet journal spread, it's a series of spreads like I did for February. I'm just showing you how I've set up March in my bullet journal. This video is a little bit shorter than February's video because I decided to go ahead and pre-draw some of it. Because I've been signed off work and I've not been very well, I've just been sat at home, and one day I started pre-drawing some of it. So as you can see, I drew in my monthly calendar and then I was like, oh no, I need to film it. So that's why this video is a little bit shorter, but I don't think you'll mind. So I'm just using my, what are they called? I forget them every time. Artline Sticks brush pen in green to write March 2019 with a little shamrock at the top. My family is Irish, my boyfriend is Irish, and March is obviously the month of St. Patrick's Day, so I decided to go with a little green theme this month. And I'm just writing the days of the week along the top, as I always do, with a little notes section at the end. Again, this was another month that filled the pages quite nicely. I was quite impressed that I managed to get it all in there so nicely and evenly. It makes me very happy when that happens. So now I'm just going through and putting the dates in there. Side note, can you believe that we're already in March? Because I have been poorly, it's felt a little bit like an eternity since New Year. However, when I actually think about it logically, I cannot believe that we're already heading towards the third month of the year. It's just absolutely crazy. And we've had such nice weather the last couple of days as well. It really feels like spring is on the way, although I think we're now forecast a week of rain. But I mean, that's spring weather, isn't it? Spring showers. But it really does feel like spring's on the way, and it's so nice. So I'm starting to write in some events and things that I know are definitely happening in March. The first thing I tend to do is write in birthdays so that I don't forget them. But ironically, I totally forgot to write Archie's birthday in here. If you don't know, Archie is one of my dogs. He's my little Yorkshire Terrier and he is my soulmate. And I totally forgot to write his birthday in here. And I think it's because I was so focused on trying not to forget like people's birthdays. I totally forgot his and then I felt so bad. But I also just wrote in my lectures and agility as well, because I take Archie to agility and I like to just have that in there so that if an event were to come up on a Tuesday and I go to write it in, I can remind myself, oh, I need to remember that this has to fit around agility, or oh, I need to remember that this has to fit around university or whatnot. I also wrote in there the retreat that I was meant to be going to. I was supposed to be going to a scrapbook retreat from Friday the 1st of March, but unfortunately I have had to cancel because of my health. I'm just not well enough to go, and I've been in hospital this week. I've had a general anaesthetic for a procedure and I'm just not feeling well enough to face the drive, to be honest. I probably could sit and scrapbook and just eat nice food for 2.5 days, but I just can't face the journey there. So sadly I have now had to cancel it, but at the time that I was filming this video, which was a good few weeks ago, it was still part of the plan. I'm now going through and doing my colour code. So I always highlight agility in yellow, even though yellow is my appointments colour, just because it makes it stand out. I think if I didn't highlight it at all, I would just forget about it. So yellow is appointments, green is university, pink is birthdays, and then I think I have either purple or blue as work, and then I have orange as YouTube videos. But I made the decision to not put any YouTube videos in for this month because last month, this month, February, my schedule totally got messed up because of being poorly, and I felt like a total failure because I didn't manage to get up all the videos that I wanted. Even though there was only 1 week where I missed a video, I didn't manage to get up all the ones that I wanted. So the only ones I put in were my Patreon videos. This next one is my habit tracker, and I'm doing things a little bit differently in March because I feel that I haven't really utilised my habit tracker in January and February. It could just be because my routine has been totally, off schedule and I haven't been doing all the things that I would usually be doing. And again, I don't know how much better it's going to be in March. I think I was being quite optimistic when I did this. Again, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I really did think that I would be feeling loads better by this point, but I'm just still not. So again, I did put a health section in here, and I've put like the gym and all that sort of thing. And again, I don't know if it's going to get used, but I decided to simplify it this month and just put a little subtitle, and then underneath that subtitle write out what it is that I want to track. So here I've got medication, the gym, for example, and then dog walks. And then I've just made sure that there's enough space in between each one that I can tick off every day that I do it, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense anyway. So then I've just gone through and done the rest of them. I didn't want to bore you with doing all of that. And I've got self-care in there as well. And then I cannot see the rest. I think it's just other, because I didn't know what category to put them under. But again, I've colour coded those because I love a colour code, and I just like how simple it is. I just wanted something that was a lot easier to use, and it wouldn't look so bad if it didn't get ticked off. Here I've got a mood tracker and symptom tracker, because it's something that I wish I had been tracking throughout January and February, so that I could take it to my doctor's appointments and show them exactly how I've been feeling. And I just think it would have been really helpful. And every single day I think to myself, I should really be tracking all of this, and I never do. So I decided to definitely set myself one up for March, so that every single day I could just fill in a little box with a colour code for my mood, and then there would be a line for me to write my symptoms. And you'll be able to see what I mean a little bit better in a minute, I think. But at the bottom I do myself a colour code, so different colours for different moods, and then I draw a line down next to the numbers, just so that there's a little box for me to fill in every day with a colour. And then I will be able to write on the line next to that colour coded box any particular symptoms that stand out that day. So if I had a migraine that day, if my joint pain was absolutely horrific that day, like it is most days at the moment, or if my stomach was particularly bad that day, or if I felt really tired, it's just things like that that it would be useful to be able to try and see a pattern. And considering I've suffered with Crohn's disease for 16 years now, well, nearly 17 years, I'm quite disappointed in myself that I haven't already got something like this set up, because it would be so useful. But despite these videos, guys, I'm just not as organised as all that. I am queen of procrastination and leaving everything to the last minute. But because this flare-up has been particularly bad, I was like, no, this is something I need to try and do. So now I'm moving on to my next page, which I believe is a brain dump, because this is another thing that I really wish I had a dedicated page for every month in my bullet journal. Sorry, I had to quickly stop and get a drink because my voice was going. I've still got this horrible cold that I've had for like 6 or 7 weeks now, and as soon as I talk for longer than a couple of minutes, my voice just starts to go. So I'm just setting myself up a brain dump page. I literally just write the title and put a little sticker down and leave it at that, I think. Oh great, my neighbours are wheeling their bins back in. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. But yeah, I just pop some washi down, put some little stickers up at the top and leave it at that. I purely just wanted this page to be able to scribble notes down. I don't like to have lots of separate scribbly lists in my bullet journal with stuff all out of order. So it's quite nice to have this specifically for March, and I'm definitely going to carry it over into other months, I think. The next page is for uni work, because I found that this worked quite well in February. Even though I've been really poorly and my motivation's been low and it's been hard to get stuff done because of some of the health problems I've been having, it definitely still kept me accountable and kept me working when I had that uni work page. And I was like, oh, it's been a couple of days since I've been able to fill in a bar chart on my uni work page, so I better get going. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just, sometimes when you have something to tick off, or you have a chart to fill in, or you have a tracker to fill in, it does just motivate you to work that a little bit harder. And because I've got another huge deadline at the end of March, I thought it would be a good idea to have another uni work tracker for March. So again, I've just done my title and a little doodle of some paper. Not sure what I was really going for there, but it looks quite cute. And I'm just filling in this chart along the bottom. So I've got exactly the same as I had last month. So I just have hours worked, and then I'm writing obviously the dates all the way down the edge, and all I do is I just draw a line corresponding to the hours worked across each page. What I'll have to do in a future video is go back and show you these trackers when they're completed, so you can see like what I'm going for. The only thing I altered this month is that I made the timescales a little bit different, because I found that from last month it just wasn't really working, so I made the timescales a bit longer. So then I went to start on my weekly spread, and unfortunately in a second my camera cuts out, which just happens all the time, but sadly I didn't realise that my camera had cut out. So it does come back with the completed spread, and I will show you it a little bit more and explain what I did. So this is the weekly spread that I end up with, and I'll come back to it in a minute. But you can see that I changed the washi that I was using, but I went with a very similar style to the spread that I did in my February plan with me, because I just found that it worked really well and I'm enjoying it because I don't have as much to write down at the moment. So I'm just giving you a little flip of how my March setup ended up. I'm really happy with it. I hope that it works out, because otherwise it'll be total waste. But I really enjoyed putting it all together, and as you can see I've gone for a nice spring theme of the blue, pink and yellow. Clearly I knew that we were going to have nice weather, but yeah, that is my March setup. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.